Hello and welcome to another CF PowerScripts tutorial with me, Christian Rauchenwald. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the CF Repeat Visits PowerScript to show or hide content on your funnels depending on if a user already visited a certain funnel step or funnel page. Now, in order to get started, as always, you'll need to log into your CF PowerScripts account, and once there, head from the dashboard to the PowerScripts section. The CF Repeat Visits PowerScript is something that works passively, so it doesn't actively do anything on your pages unless you also modify certain elements on the page, which I will show you how to do in the process of this video. And as a result of this, you can add the CF Repeat Visits PowerScript globally to all your funnels, because it will only do something on the funnels where you actually set up elements, sections, or rows to disappear or show up depending on visits. So it will not do anything on funnels where you don't want it to do anything. And that's why we can just add it here where it says Global PowerScripts by clicking on Add New and looking for the Repeat Visits PowerScript. Simply click on it and click on Add Script, and that's all you need to do in CF PowerScripts. Now we also need to modify a funnel page so the script actually has an effect, and for that I'm going to pick my development funnel, and we're going to take one popular scenario for this script, which would be if you, for example, have a giveaway where people can opt in with their email address, but you want to prevent them from opting in multiple times. So you want to make sure when they go to the opt-in page a second time that they don't have the option to opt in. For that, I prepared two new funnel steps down at the bottom. One is an opt-in page and the other one is a thank you page. And I'm going to simply use the shortcut here and open the opt-in page in ClickFunnels. And here I'm going to open the page editor by clicking on Edit Page. Now within the ClickFunnels page editor here, you can see that we have a blue row that contains all the opt-in elements. Now I'm simply going to clone that row and I'm going to remove the input field, so for the email address and the name, as well as the button and the 100% privacy guaranteed text. And I'm going to change that text to "You already signed up." This way we now have two rows. One of them is the top row that contains the opt-in that people should see when they haven't opted in yet, and another one that we want to show people if they already opted in. Now, in order to define if they already opted in or not, we are going to look at if they've seen the thank you page. So for that, we are going to head back to CF PowerScripts. I'm going to close that modal pop-up here and go to the thank you page. And you will notice when I click on the thank you page shortcut icon here that in the pop-up we have the funnel page ID. And that's the number we need to control if somebody has seen that specific page. So we copy this page ID, right-click copy, and head back to the ClickFunnels page editor. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to set up the rows in the page editor to define what should be visible if people have already seen the thank you page and what should be visible if they haven't. For that, we're going to start with the first row and we're going to go to the settings and we are going to get CSS info by clicking on the hashtag icon in the bottom right corner. And we want to hide that row if a user has already seen the thank you page. So we're going to write here CFPS -RV for repeat visits, hide -page because we're using the page ID, and then we enter the page ID that we copied from CF PowerScripts. Now if we would use the funnel step ID, which you can also get from the funnel step shortcut pop-up in CF PowerScript, then we would write here -step minus the step ID. Now that's relevant if you're running a split test, then you will have one step ID but two page IDs. So therefore it's then easier to use the funnel step ID. But in most cases using the page ID, so CFPS -RV -hide -page minus the actual page ID is the most simple or best solution. Now with that, we're going to click on Update and we've prepared this step here. And the last thing we'll need to do is we need to make sure that this row here only appears if the user already visited the thank you page, so they already submitted the form and opted in. And for that, we do the same. We go to Settings and we go to Get CSS Info and we change the title to CFPS -RV -show -page the page ID that we copied again from CF PowerScript. So you see the only difference here is that we write show instead of hide. So we want to show that row if the user has already seen the thank you page. We click on update, and now we need to configure our default state. The default state is the user should see the opt-in form, but he shouldn't see this row here. So we're going to settings again for the second row, and we hide it from here. Now the last thing we need to do in the page editor is click on save. Once that's done, in order to test it, you cannot just use the preview button here, because if you use the preview button, it will open the funnel on funnelpreview.com/domains and so on. So it uses a different domain, but you'll actually either have to go back from the editor and use the URL shown here. So just use that shortcut here to open the funnel step. Or you can also use the shortcuts from within CF PowerScript simply by opening the opt-in page by using the shortcut here and going to open live funnel step. Now with the opt-in page open, you can see that it tells me I already signed up here, and that's because I already signed up on this specific funnel while developing the script. So in order to show you how it actually works, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to open an incognito tab, which basically prevents the browser from having any history available as to if I already visited the page. And here I'm simply going to enter my name and my test email address. Now once I submit the form, we get to the thank you page of that funnel, and when I hit the back button, you can see that the form immediately disappears and I see that I've already signed up. That's it. That's how easy you can use the CF Repeat Visits PowerScript to show or hide content on your funnel steps, depending on which steps or pages a user has already visited on his device in this browser. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for using CF PowerScript. See you in one of our other videos. Till then, bye-bye.